questions that you want to know and you want answers to. Tell me what your number one question is going to be. And I realized that I forgot, thank you for everyone saying that you can't hear my audio. I've been actually talking for like 3 minutes, and I realized my audio was off because I actually turned off my mic. My apology with that, and listen, okay? So, before we actually go back, I need to actually rewind and basically share with you guys. So, obviously, today is our Daily Huddle episode number 29, alright? And obviously, there are 2 parts to our Daily Huddle because today is Monday. The first part is that I'm going to be answering 5 burning questions that have submitted to me on my website at www.fretlamp.com/ask. So if you want your question to be featured in our Daily Huddle, make sure you go to the link above this video on Facebook and right below on YouTube. There's a link, click on it, and simply submit your question. Now, the second part is basically selecting our winner for our Kickstart 500 grand. So every single week, I'm going to invest into an individual that is really wanted to start an online business but don't have the cash to start doing it. And I'll be selecting one of you guys to actually get this $500 from me, where you don't have to pay me back, there's no strings attached, and you can kickstart your business with that $500. Now, in today's topic for our Daily Huddle, obviously, you guys can actually see in the description on YouTube and also on Facebook, is that the question is Facebook fan page dead or not? And one of the question actually came up inside our Daily Huddle, and that question is actually by Yang Vang. And I'll address that in just a minute when I actually get to his or her, I'm not sure if you're a he or she, question that actually comes aboard, alright? So with that, before we begin, putting the word me right into the question box if you guys are excited. And Dwayne, I actually, with my mic being muted, I actually said what's up back to you because you were the first person that was actually on here live with us on Facebook on our Daily Huddle. Awesome, sweet, okay. Alright, Mystic said that I can't lip read this fast for it. Slow down. Alright, my apology on the mic side of things. And the reason why I actually mute the mic before I start was because I realized that if you guys were actually on Facebook Live, even before I actually came on live and still counting down, it actually plays the audio. So whatever I was saying in like the previous episodes that I have before our Daily Huddle, I actually said a lot of things, and I hope that no one caught it on what it's going to be. And I realized that, so that's why I muted and I forgot to turn it back on. So my apology on that. So let's dive right into our questions for today. So the first question is by Raymond Oikle. Okay, I hope I pronounced your last name right, Raymond. So Raymond said, any plans on producing an instructional video on how to properly install a Facebook pixel on a WordPress site with an, I don't know what ECWid store is. I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure what a ECWid store is going to be. Now, for WordPress, it is a little bit technical, okay, when you're installing your Facebook pixel. Now, I don't use any apps to actually install or plugins for WordPress to install Facebook pixel into my WordPress site. So here's what I do. Okay, again, it does get a little bit complicated, so you need to follow me through. I don't think I will shoot an instructional video about it. I can maybe, but I think it is wise for me to just touch base on how to do it and basically rewatch this video again, Raymond, and any of you guys that are actually on WordPress that want your pixel to be installed. So the first thing first, here's what you gotta do. Simply go into your WordPress account, and then inside your WordPress account, under your themes, you will be able to actually customize your themes with the actual code. So you'll actually see a box, and then on the right, you'll see like a lot of PHP files. There's header.php, footer.php, page.php, post.php, and a lot of those files. So what you wanted to do is simply look for the header.php file, okay? Once you look for the header.php file, then you want to actually click on that, and you will have that box with a lot of code, okay? Then you simply scroll that window all the way to the bottom, and right before what we call the closing head tag, so it's going to be the bracket, / head, and then close bracket. Right before that line of code, you simply copy and paste your base code for your Facebook pixel. So it's basically the entire code that Facebook gave you, and you need to actually have it in every part of your site. Now, obviously, it seems like you are running a store, and this is very important. You would then want to basically look for the thank you page on the page where people actually complete the registration. So you will see that there is going to be a particular page that people land on when they basically buy a product from you. And then from that page, you want to basically add in the standard event pixel, which is the purchase. Now, it is wise for you to actually put in a dynamic code. I'm not sure what ECWeb is. Maybe you put in like a number that you're selling. It should be dynamic, okay? If you're running a store, it has to be dynamic. So it fires back to Facebook the reporting, the exact revenue that you have actually made from your WordPress website. Now, this is the easy way, okay? The harder way, which my team usually do it, is that for every different landing page or even sales funnel, what we do is that we create a separate header, okay? So what we do is that obviously you need to know that WordPress is basically a PHP platform, okay? For those of you who don't know what a PHP is, in simple explanation, it is basically a code that says if the person sees this, then this will happen, or this will happen, or that will happen. So it basically combine all different codes on different PHP files into one big one to actually show to people. Again, it's very hard for me to explain what it is, but PHP is basically that. It's like an if, else, or scenario, and that comes up. So it means, I think that I may have lost some of you, so I think it's wise for me to actually shoot an instructional video about it. But at the end of the day, again, you gotta basically know a little bit of programming in order for you to do that. Now, are there plugins inside WordPress to do it? There may be. I don't know. I don't look into that, only because we do all our stuff hard-coded and we manually do it. So is there any plugin? I seriously don't know. Okay? Now, put in a yes into the comment box on Facebook and YouTube if you guys want me to actually maybe shoot an instructional video about it. It seems like obviously me trying to say it to you guys, it's a little bit hard for you to visualize, especially if you're not that tech savvy at things. But again, that's really the process that you want to put. Most importantly is the base pixel right into the header.php file, okay? That's what you wanted to get accomplished. So I'm actually getting a lot of yeses pouring in, so definitely something that I can really take a look into, okay? So moving on to the second question is by Gordon D. Avora. All right. Gordon said, I'm in process of selecting products from Aliexpress. I see a nice product priced at X. I looked at Amazon and I see a similar product or the identical product priced at Y. In your experience, what is the relation of Y to X to Y? Say 25%, 50% for fret lamp to consider that product as viable for your store. Great question. So whenever I actually sell a product online, I don't really necessarily worry about Amazon right out of the gate, unless if you're driving an insane amount of sales. Then it may be something that you want to take a look at. So for me, what I usually look at is okay, what is my cost of goods that I'm actually getting from Aliexpress? Because it doesn't matter what margin people make from Amazon. It doesn't matter what margin your competitors make, because what matters the most is how much you make and are you profitable or not. So you want to actually eliminate all those guesswork and assumptions and really just basically say, you know what, this is a nice product. And if I actually mark it up by 4x or basically maybe 3x, I still see a perceived value in my product and my customers in my niche will still buy that product. If that is yes, then simply test out the product, run some ads, and let the data tell you if that product's going to sell or not. And again, I cannot basically stress the importance of this. Okay, it is very important. You may see that there are products that are selling really well on Facebook, or selling well on Amazon, or selling well on AliExpress. But because there are so many factors involved, okay, it doesn't mean that if your competitor is actually selling it and you may think they're in profit, but they may not be in profit. You never know, right? Because those are basically numbers that only they themselves know. What is most important is basically you. Are you profitable or not? It doesn't matter if Amazon makes 20%, Amazon vendors making 20%, 30%, or 40% margin. It all drills down to, are you making the margins? And that's the most important thing. So don't really have to worry about all those other things. I think it is basically a waste of time, because at the end of the day, it is your business. If you're profitable, you can be selling a product, okay, that is going to be like $100, and on Amazon it's selling for $20. But you are still getting customers and you're still making a profit, then that means that the Amazon part is not going to be affecting your business because you're making so much profit. Okay, it all drills down again to your business, to your data, and what your profit margin is going to be. Okay, so moving on, the next question is by Krista Navarro. Krista said, is it advisable to have multiple suppliers in your Shopify store? What if one supplier does not have all the products you like to sell? So, okay, Krista, this is the beauty of actually running a Shopify store, that you're arbitraging inventory of your suppliers, is that you can actually have 10, 20, 30, 40 different suppliers in your store. Your customers never know. And it is wise for you to actually have more suppliers, because if you only have one supplier, then you're putting all your eggs into one basket. And that is very, very dangerous for running a business. You want to make sure that you have a diverse portfolio of suppliers so that you have more products in your store and that there's more variety within your niche, and that if supplier A ran out of stock, you can go to supplier B that may have an identical product at the same time. Okay, so having multiple suppliers is absolutely great, and it's recommended at the same time. All right, so moving on to our fourth question of the day, was by Yang Vang. Okay, so this is basically what I wanted to feature today in our daily huddle. So Yang said that, hi Fred, love your content. When is a good time to start monetize by fan page? I've heard mixed opinion on this. Some say you should wait until you get up to say 5,000 likes or followers. Others say you should monetize right away when you create your fan page. Which method do you prefer? Thanks. Alright, so here's the moment of truth. The truth is 5,000 right out of the gate, or 1,000, or even 10,000, or even 50,000, you're not really going to have the ability to monetize a lot of money out of it. Fan pages that actually makes a lot of money, they simply have millions of followers, or even, let's say, at least 200 or 300 followers, and they have to be organic and actual followers. They're not followers that you simply just buy with a bot or basically clickbait them to actually like your page. Because in Facebook, the algorithm really changes right now. And in order for your simple fan page to actually have all the posts to actually show up on your fans newsfeed, you have to actually ask them to go to your fan page, and then right now, instead of the default, they have to click on the following and change to see first. So basically, that is an additional process for people that actually, for your followers. And I will tell you, not every single person will do it. And as a matter of fact, 95% of the people don't even know that that function actually exists. And if you actually have that follower only on the default setting, then guess what? Your content is either going to be buried or it's not even going to be featured in the newsfeed of your followers. So maybe if you have 5,000 followers, maybe you'll get a like or 2 likes. So you technically waste a lot of time to get 1 or 2 likes on a post that you're trying to monetize, but with 1 or 2 likes and not even getting a link click out, that means that you are basically not going to make money. You can't really monetize it. Now, obviously, if back in like 5 years ago, fan page monetization is absolutely amazing because anytime you post something on your page, things just pop out right away into your user's newsfeed. But obviously, Facebook have done a lot of algorithm changes on the newsfeed. Right now, Facebook fan pages, when they actually post a post inside their page, it doesn't always get featured right away. So you're basically going to be wasting a lot of time. Now, can you still monetize from it? The answer is yes. Unless if you have a lot of big following. And even right now, and I'll be very honest with you, with my page right now, okay, I have what, close to 50,000 followers on Facebook fan page, and a lot of you guys are genuine. Each time I come on, there's a good amount of you guys actually here live with me. But the truth is, each time I do a post, I would necessarily get like 20, 30, sometimes max like 100 clicks. But of that 100 clicks, am I able to turn into profit right away? That's going to be another question. Now, if you're saying like, you know what? I'm just wanting to basically make sales just on my fan page. That's all I wanted to do. I'm just going to spend all my time on basically doing posts. If that's the case, then you obviously need to actually post at least, okay, 10 to 20 times in a single day and spread out the entire day on different times on actually having it out. And each of your posts cannot be a post that you simply monetize. You got to give value. You got to basically give some videos. You got to record some videos. You got to do a lot of things if you really genuinely want to monetize from your Facebook fan page. Now, is it dead? Well, I can't say it is dead because you need a Facebook fan page in order for you to actually advertise on Facebook. That is like the number one thing that you need. The number one element is that you need a fan page. So I can't say that fan page is dead. Now, is this something that I'll focus a lot of time and effort in? The answer is not really. Unless if you have a lot of followers, like over a couple 100,000 to 1 million, that's when you actually see some great results coming in. Okay, so again, but you may be like, well, I just want to build my social presence. I want to eventually hit to that 100,000 or 200,000 or 1 million follower mark where I can actually start monetizing from it. Then you can actually spend some time on figuring that out. But if I were you, and especially for those of you that are basically watching this right now, or even you're watching the replay, I prioritize things, and this is very important for you. You need to prioritize on what you should be focusing on first. That will make the most impact, not just to your business, but to your financials at the same time. All right? Every single person right here only have 24 hours. So you and I, we all share only 24 hours. There's not a single human being in the planet right now that have more than 24 hours. Not Mark Zuckerberg, not Bill Gates, not Elon Musk. We all only have 24 hours. Now, in order for you to accomplish the most of that 24 hours, it's really depending on what your prioritization is and what your focus is going to be. So let's say that if you're starting out on creating a business right now and you don't even have a customer yet, or you don't have traffic yet, and you're trying to actually spend all your time on figuring out the social media stuff, how to monetize for your fan page, whereas that time you can figure out how to become a ad ninja or ad expert to drive traffic and turn that traffic into customers and sales, because there you actually see results right away, rather than on this side you're going for like a way longer time, you're wasting a lot of time, and then throughout maybe a couple months you're still not getting results, you feel defeated, and you're like, all right, this doesn't work for me, this online thing doesn't work for me, I quit. All right, so these are the things that you need to prioritize and to really figure out at the same time. All right, so moving on, the last question of the day is by Kendrick Miller. Kendrick said, my question is, what is about e-commerce dropshipping, and I want to know what is the best way to spy on competitors and see what is working, such as what niche and what products are currently selling that I could turn around and do and even sell myself. Well, Kendrick, the answer to the question is there is not really a way. The only way is for you to do your own research, for you to be in market, for you to basically be that customer of your competitor's website. There are some tools out there called maybe Experato that I look at. There's another tool, I forgot what the name was called. Sin Inspector. I forgot what the entire name is. But Experato is a good one. Xperato is a good one. But you will never know if that product is going to be selling the most or not, and what ad they're using, what targeting they are using. I keep telling every single person that basically is my following is that you got to be in the niche. You can't basically just say, I want to sell that product and I'm not passionate about that niche, I'm just going to randomly sell it. That is not going to work. You need to basically love what you sell. You need to love the niche that you're in, because when you are doing that, that means that on Facebook, you are going to be the person that most likely be targeted through an ad for a product that you may be wanting to sell in your store at the same time. And from there, you will see a little on the top right corner of a Facebook post, if it is a sponsored post, which is an ad, you can click on that, and then you'll see a link to say, why am I seeing this ad? That data is going to give you so much value, because you will basically see, okay, let's say that if you are in the kitchen niche and you love cooking, okay, you love buying recipe books, you love basically buying those crazy ninja bullet thingy-majiggy or whatever, okay? Well, if you basically have been showing a lot of interest on Facebook that you love kitchen stuff and you own a kitchen store, well, guess what? At the end of the day, your competitors are going to find ways to actually target you. And from there, you can actually see, oh, this is a product that I can actually source from Aliexpress. Well, let me take a look at why I am being targeted. Then you click on that little drop-down menu. It's like if you see an ad on Facebook on the top right, there's a little arrow pointing down. Click on it, and you'll see that link that say, why am I seeing this ad? And it would actually tell you the targeting on why you've been showing that ad. And guess what? Because you're in market, you will know that if your competitor or someone that's targeting you with that ad, they are targeting it correctly. And you yourself can simply replicate that, go after the same targeting as what you wanted to sell. All right, there's no such way as like really spying or really drilling down to what is selling, what is not selling. You simply just have to do a lot of research. All right, you simply have to do a lot of research. All right, so I hope you guys enjoy our daily huddle. Put in a me right into the question box if you guys absolutely love their daily huddle. Now, I obviously got a lot of people saying a big issue. I can't say it's an issue. A big change or a big thing has been happening in the United States last week. I did not really talk about this publicly, and I'm not really now talking about it publicly. I'm sharing my thoughts and feedback. I'm no political guy. I'm not in the United States. And one big thing was the net neutrality. Okay, so for those of you who are in US, you know that the FCC have actually won the case on getting net neutrality in place. So put in the 1 in the comment box if this is something that you're like, you know what, is this going to affect me as a small business or not? Because I've been getting people asking me about this in our daily huddle right now. So based on what I know, okay, if I define it right, and if you guys obviously any person in US will actually know more than me on this end. So previously, when Obama was the administrator, so the president, he actually went and actually had the net neutrality. So basically, the internet is all equal. Basically, ISP, which is the internet service provider, needs to basically serve all site at all speed. But at the end of the day, now the FCC basically went ahead and basically said, well, we're cutting that off. There's no more net neutrality. So what's going to happen next? Well, there's a lot of debates that is going on at the end of the day. People are saying, well, does it mean that it's going to kill small businesses only because now the ISP get to actually choose what website to actually load faster, what website gets to actually go slower, and ISP get to choose what the pricing is going to be and affect those sites. So here's, again, I'm not a politic guy. I'm not making any. I'm just thinking from a business perspective. Is it going to affect? Well, in the first month, it's going to be a lot of questions, unknown variables that's going to happen. But what I can see and what I can feel is that with the net neutrality being gone, it may open up smaller companies to actually have ISPs, to become an ISP and provide maybe a lower payment plan on internet providing, or a one that's all inclusive that loads every site very, very fast. So it just basically, I feel, it's just that it basically doesn't let the ISP be monopolized, because now small companies can actually come in and maybe undercut these large companies because there's an opportunity and window for them. So it's kind of like the phone when it comes with AT&T and like all those other stuff. Now basically there are smaller companies that's coming out that can actually have a cheaper payment plan and all those other stuff. Now if you are on Shopify, well, guess what? Your site is actually loaded, like it's hosted on Shopify. So obviously Shopify don't want this to happen. They may actually have to pay these ISP to get a faster loading speed for their servers or all those other stuff. I just feel that I don't think it is a big issue at the end of the day. But again, it is just it's a long-term play. We never know. I'm not really into US stuff a lot. But I have been getting a lot of basically information about it. But again, I don't know. The answer is I don't know. I'm just coming up based on what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking. And is it going to be, am I going to be right? I don't know yet. So we have to actually monitor from there. But what I do feel is that I think it's not going to have a drastic impact, because again, in the entire world, small businesses is like a main driving force for economy. And I don't think they want all that to actually happen and actually mess things up. All right. So, anyways, again, it's just my feedback, my thought, my quick 2 cents about it. Am I going to be right? I don't know. Am I going to be wrong? I don't know too. It's just whatever. It's just what's in my mind based on me being an entrepreneur and looking at basically reading some articles. I didn't really go in depth into the articles. I only basically read a little bit about it, but I'm just coming from a business perspective. I don't think it's going to be that big of an effect. All right. So let's move on to the most amazing part of our daily huddle today, which is our winner for the Kickstart 500. Okay. All right. So I have to say, all right, this kid is a hustler. Okay. This is the comment that I actually got after reading all the applicants that we have, and we actually look at every single applicant. If you think that you're a hustler, put in a me right into the question box. Oh, not question box. I always thought that I'm on GoToWebinar. Put a me right into the comment box on Facebook and on YouTube, if you're on YouTube, if you think that you are a hustler. And listen, I love hustlers, okay? Because obviously you gotta basically hustle to make things happen. You can't just sit and stare at a screen or stare at a TV and hoping that your business will actually come alive. All right, I'm getting Michael Jameson saying me, all capitalized. I got Jose, I got Jennifer, I got Griselda, I got John. All right, we got a lot of people saying me right now. So, with that, let me tell you this, okay? Today, our winner okay, the person that I'm choosing to invest $500 in is going to be, drum roll, I need to find something on Amazon to do a drum roll, is Mike Martinez. Okay, sorry, not Mike, Mick Martinez. It is Mick Martinez. So here's the story. Okay, he's in the e-commerce, and here's the story. I'm only 16 years old, and not being stuck in the rat race is really my burning motivation to start my own business. I love to actually see young hustlers. Okay, this is absolutely great because I can remember when I was a kid at 16, I started to hustle right away. Alright, so he said, I am currently in my last year in high school, C student, and have made a decision not to go to college as I will only be stuck with a student loan debt, which is so true. I work 10 to 12 hours a day on my e-commerce store during the weekend and 6 hours a day on weekdays, learning and implementing everything that I can allow me to succeed on my Shopify business. I have literally spent all my savings on courses and would help me in my e-com journey. Aside from working 6 hours on weekdays and 10 to 12 hours on weekend, I read 2 books a week on average while going to my classes. I have read each and every book of Robert Kiyosaki, Tony Robbins, and ton of other authors totaling over 100 books because I believe that knowledge from books are one of the keys to success. I am dying to achieve success, but what I love about e-com is that I can actually love doing, which allows me to enjoy the process. So to sum it up, I'm a 16-year-old that really badly wanted to be an entrepreneur and loves grinding. I spent all my money on courses, books, testing ads, and almost forgot ice cream. Mick, you're such an inspiration. A 16-year-old. Listen, I feel guilty. I feel bad right now. You, as a young hustler, reading more books than I do, like 2 a week, that's crazy. Reading over 100 books, that is crazy. And the amount of time that you spend on getting yourself, gaining the knowledge and experiencing the process, you're a real deal, buddy. I'm really stoked and excited for you. And you have a long way to go, but you are starting out quick. You're starting out fast. So congratulations, Mick, for actually getting my $500 Kickstart 500 grant. We're going to send you an email about it, and I seriously hope that you, by the age of 17, will start generating 6 figures a year and really make your parents proud and basically prove to all your friends that, hey, entrepreneurship is the route that would work. And you don't always have to actually kick on into the old education system that is basically going to ask you for a student loan and you paying it back. All right. So everybody congratulate Mick. Kat said that kid sounds like he's hustling. Yeah, he is definitely hustling like crazy. I'm really stoked about that. All right. So listen, that is it for today's Daily Huddle. And again, tomorrow I am going to be live to answer 5 burning questions that you may have. And if you want your question to be featured, simply go to www.fretlam.com/ask. And if you want to be live with us for all our daily huddles, make sure you actually like my Facebook page, click on the following, and make sure you see first so that each time I post, you actually see something. And if you are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel to actually get some new questions answered, which I turn it into content for you guys and to drive it for your business. All right. Other than that, one quick note, if you're on my email list this week, I am going to be sending out a survey to your inbox, and I'm just looking for feedbacks on what you want me to talk about, teach about, or video training about for 2018. Just wanted to get your guys' feedback because I don't want to assume those are the things that you guys wanted to learn. I want to basically get your feedback, have these training all interactive, so look out for my email, help me answer that survey. I'll send that email later this week, and I look forward on seeing you guys tomorrow in our Daily Huddle. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye now.